Are you guys gonna make a video or song on washing hands? I don't know. Should we?
What's up guys, welcome to TUGGtv, and today we have another episode of #asktuggtv. Now you might have seen that the videos are a bit different from our usual ones. This is because of the quarantine, what we have actually been putting to, and yeah, we're trying to make the best of what we can. Now for the viewers who are joining us for the first time, this is a segment wherein we take your questions and answer it to the best of our abilities. So without any further ado, let's start with the first question.
What do you guys think about Cradle of Filth? I think they're a good band. I listened to them a lot when I was younger, so they definitely have played an elemental effect in terms of my influences, for sure. Big fan of the Paul Allender era. That's sort of the kind of music of theirs I liked. Have a lot of favorites. I've got Her Ghost in the Fog from Median. I've got Cradle to Enslave, which is the title track from that EP. Those sort of really got to me. And of course, Bathory Aria from Cruelty and the Beast. So those are sort of my favorite songs and respective favorite albums. It's been a while. I might have got my albums and songs mixed. You might have to forgive me for it. The last album of theirs I listened to was the recent one in 2015. I think it's Hammer of the Witches. Good album. Yeah, that's about it. I think they're a good band.
Is TUGGtv getting fatter? Pramod, yes, TUGGtv is getting fatter because we're getting a lot more of epic bass tones out there, good sounding bass. And wait, now that I realize, I think you might be using it as a double entendre. Yeah, we might be getting fatter.
Metalhead Priest asks, can you guys do a top 10 of the best Indian thrash metal bands in your opinion? That is an amazing idea, and for sure once this quarantine is done, we will definitely consider doing a video on its own covering this particular topic. So for sure, man.
Collaborate with Jared or Stevie. You can change the future of metal scene in India. Sachin, you know what? That's something that we would love to do on our channel, and I think this is something which is up to you guys as well. So this is a request for each and every one of you guys who's watching the video. Go over to Stevie T's channel, go over to Jared Dine's channel, tell them that yeah, we exist. Give us a collab, #collab with TUGGtv. Put it up on their channel. Let's see if we can make something happen, and if we can, that'll be awesome.
Anix Biswa asks, can music be done for a living in India? Good question, man. So can music be done in India? The answer is yes, but will it be a very lucrative job? I'm not entirely sure about it. And here's why. One fact is that the music industry is quite niche over here, which means there is limited space to work in, which also means limited finance. If you want to go ahead and make some money out of this, you might want to consider being a sessions musician, specifically good for business in the Bollywood segment, because Bollywood is a very, very big market in India, whether you like it or not. So from a money standpoint and regularity of work standpoint, being a sessions musician like this might be good for you. On the flip side, it may curb your musical freedom. Because at the end of the day, this is popular music. I mean, you are catering to the masses, so you are going to be making popular music here. Honestly, if you are looking for scope in metal, not going to happen in Bollywood for sure. And metal has an even more niche scope as compared to the whole music scene over here. And let's not forget, as musicians, there is only that much you can play 3-chord music without getting bored, so it might get to you. In terms of following your passion, apart from the whole limited scope of the industry itself, quite honestly, we have society to blame over here. I mean, music for a lot of people is just not taken seriously in this country. It is, and for quite some time has remained a hobby, and it might just remain that for some more time to come. There are people I know who do different, apart from the regular kind of jobs, but unfortunately are looked down upon because they are not an engineer or a doctor, despite the fact that they might be making more money than the so-called engineers. But that's just the way it is over here. Do I think it will change for the better? Eventually, yes, but I think it's gonna take a little more time.
Do you have any thoughts on the new Strat Squire? Now when you look into the specifications of the new Squire, it's pretty much looks like whatever your Bullet Strats had to offer, because it's your same basic body, single maple neck, single coil configurations all throughout. The only difference is the factor that you have a hardtail rather than a tremolo. So if you're somebody who's looking for the aesthetics and sound of a, Stratocaster, but prefer a hardtail, because yeah, it does offer a bit more of sustainability, a bit more difference in playability when you think about it. But yeah, if you're somebody who's looking out for it, yes, this is a pretty good guitar, and for the price point, which is under 10k, I think it's something which is really good.
White House asks, make some videos on metal scene in India and memes. It's definitely something we would like to do. I mean, apart from the lockdown that is sort of keeping us in our houses put at the moment, there is work involved, because at the end of the day, like I answered before, you cannot just do music to earn living over here. So work keeps us occupied, but if we have the time and possibilities to do it, I'm more than happy to go ahead and consider this. In terms of talking about the metal scene in India, we have done some interviews and some sort of vlog discussions with plenty of the bands. We've done it with Regicide, Armament, just to name a few. I'll link them in the description, or you'll find them on our channel. Be sure to check it out. In terms of memes, we definitely are doing that, but not too much. But if you do want to check out some memes, be sure to follow us on our other social media handles like Instagram and Facebook.
Is BOA still a competition to reach Wacken? Yes, BOA is still a competition to reach Wacken. The only change which has happened in the past couple of years is the fact that now it's more of the Asian subcontinent. So it's more like India, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bangladesh. I'm not sure if I'm missing a country or something, but then all of these together have one band who will be the winner, who will actually go to Wacken Open Air in Germany and play over there.
Which one is your favorite classic band? AC/DC, Nirvana, Guns N' Roses, Led Zeppelin, Queen, Deep Purple, and or Metallica? Hey Swastik, I think you pretty much classified and called out most of my favorites. But I definitely also add Pink Floyd over there, because I practically grew up listening to Pink Floyd. Funny story really, I don't know if I've mentioned this in the past, but Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon was accidentally dubbed onto one side of my nursery rhymes cassette. Thanks Dad. So thanks to that band and album is completely etched in my head and in my memories. So Pink Floyd is a favorite of mine, all-time favorite I might say. Also, since my old man was into rock music, the likes of Deep Purple, Uriah Heep, all these guys came pretty early in life for me.
What is your opinion for Washburn guitars? Now, when it comes to Washburn guitars, it's always been kind of this underdog of all the guitar companies. Yes, they have some very brilliant guitars out there. There are a few duds though, I'm just kind of keeping it real for you guys out there. Yeah, kind of the mid-range variant of these guitars are something which is really good on the playability end, sound really well. But then the problem with Washburn does happen that, especially in countries like India, we don't have a lot of supply of Washburns. So it's pretty rare to get your hands on one of these, and there are very few stores who even stock them.
Mohit Chaudhary asks, how to communicate prog metal musician in India? Hey Mohit, I'm not sure if I got the question right, but if you're referring to putting your progressive music out there, I guess going through the social media route right now is a very good option. Places like YouTube, SoundCloud, all of that, even Facebook is a great place to have your music out there, and you can publish it on multiple groups and sort of get noticed. If you are looking for live gigs, ideally, I would say play to an audience that resonates with you, but considering how niche the whole market is right now, I would start off by saying just play any gig that you can find. Get your music out there and take it from there.
So with that, we come to the end of this episode of #TUGGtv. If your questions were not answered in this episode, don't worry, we're kind of getting it. We have a backlog of all the questions which is out there, and it's a regular segment, so we are going to answer your questions eventually. If it's the first time that you guys are seeing this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button down there and hit the bell icon to be notified for every video that we put out there. So if you guys have any questions for us, make sure you use the #AskTUGGtv, and pretty much we get questions from all around all the platforms out there, so you can ask us on any one of them. So if you guys are watching this video during the quarantine period, stay home, stay safe, stay metal.